What's going on, man? Welcome back to the basement. I'm Ron. I know I'm an hour late. I know I put it at 6:30. It's 7:50 right now. I have an excuse, okay? The audio has been driving me crazy. I know I've been talking to you guys about it. I have the fan in the background. It's messing things up. The gain is all over the place. The audio is all over the place. The audio is in shambles for this draft season. But this is what it's come down to. The last hour and a half, I have been here fiddling with mic settings and trying to figure stuff out and using different softwares. I looked at OBS. I tried to put a noise gate on there. Wasn't really doing what I wanted it to do. Just really rough times, fellas. This is August. This is when we make our money in the fantasy football world, and I'm just trying to get my audio to a spot where I can compete with the other YouTube channels. Let me know how the audio is right now. It's not going to be perfect. I have the gain. Like, I can turn down the gain, and I can get some of the background noise out, but it just makes things less clear. What's going to happen now is what I've decided is I'm just going to have to drop $500 on a new audio interface. That's what's going to have to happen. I'm going to get a new audio interface. I'm going to fine-tune the hell out of this mic. This is the Shure SM7B. This is like the Joe Rogan podcast mic, and it's known for not picking up background noise, and it's still picking up background noise. So now I'm going to buy a new audio interface to literally fine-tune the hell out of this thing so it doesn't pick up any more background noise. Okay, so that's going to be the end of the audio rant. Let me know. Am I too loud? Am I too low? Whatever. I'll turn down or up the gain depending on how much fan you guys want to hear. But I decided today we would hop on here and do a stream. My goal is for August is to do, instead of doing like 5 to 6 videos a week, or what were we at? We were at 5 videos and like a stream is usually what I'll do. For August through week 1 of the NFL season, I'm trying to get to 5 videos still. It's hard to crank out more videos because then, I think one of the biggest things of this channel is the quality and the research that I put into those videos, but to do more streams. So instead of 1 stream a week, we'll do like 3 streams a week, and whether it'll be like best ball, whatever, you guys get what I'm talking about. So what the hell was I on about? So today I wanted to hop on and do a stream because we're going to do a stream on Saturday like we always do. But in the month of August leading up to week 1, we're going to do more streams. So I'm on here streaming because we have the puppy out and we have the Deshaun Watson news. So I know I talked about a lot of bike stuff and nerdy stuff. Yeah, this is a different pop filter that I was trying on the mic. But Nutty Chili, I'm telling you, I just messed around. I probably should have hit you up. But I'm telling you, I just messed around on OBS. I downloaded OBS. I got it out. And what ended up happening was I put a noise gate on OBS, and I messed around with like how many giga whatever the hell is to let in or whatever. And OBS's version, pretty much what it would do is it would be completely fine. There would be no background noise, right? And then I would talk, and you would hear it. So it would take out it would fix the problem where the spots between me talking didn't have background noise, but it was almost like more annoying because it picked up the background noise when I would talk. So there would be like moments of no fan, and then I would talk, and then thered be a fan. But I don't know. I'll hit you up in DMs and bounce some ideas off of you. But I want to buy a Go XLR. That's pretty much, that was pretty much what I've decided on at this point is spending like $500 on a Go XLR. I honestly regret the audio interface I have now. I think that it was a dumb decision, but yeah. So like I said, we have the puppy out today. Everyone's saying the audio is chill, but I imagine you guys can still hear my fan, right? And that's an issue. But I think we're fine. We're gonna hop into a puppy. We have the puppy out. We have Deshaun Watson news, so we'll talk a little Deshaun Watson. We'll talk a little Underdog. Now, fellas, here's the important question. If it was up to me, I would hop into 3 puppies right now, but I don't think it's as entertaining to see me do 3 puppies because I can't really interact with chat as much and all of that. So I'll let you guys decide. Maybe I should put a poll in here. I'll put a poll in. This guy said audio content's exactly what we waited an hour and a half for. Yeah, I'm telling you, I've literally been ready to stream for the past hour and a half, and I've just been staring at audio settings and trying to figure stuff out, dude. It's been an absolute mess. That has resulted in me wanting to spend $500 now. But I don't think it would be a bad investment. It would be sweet. Oh my god, you guys were talking without me in here? I'm just catching up with the chat real quick, fellas. Where is this fool? Fellas, I put it at 6:30 and then I got carried away trying to fix the audio and I never fixed it. We got Ben Owen here. What is up? What is up? When puppy? Now is the puppy. F1 videos when? Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll hit a hard pivot. Audio sounds chill. Everyone says the audio sounds fine, but I just know that the fan is in the background and that bothers the hell out of me. You said, yeah, for sure, man. The Go XLR is super badass. Yeah, it just seems like everyone is saying that thing is the wave. I've also been for a while. I've had, I want to eventually. I have big dreams for this channel, all right, fellas? I'm just talking my ass here. But, of course, I'll always be doing fantasy videos. But I do want to eventually have. I've talked about this before, but I want to do between two jerseys where I have the two jerseys behind me. And it would be like my show where I could do whatever I want. Kind of like, I don't know, kind of like the big ESPN shows like Dan Le Batard or however you say that guy's name. I think, like I guess like kind of like Colin Cowherd, but without like the cringe and the bad takes and stuff. But I would love to have a spot where I could talk real football, fantasy football. College basketball comes around, I could have a college basketball analyst on. My homies come home over, summer break or whatever. I have like a friend who has a shoe business that has like 6 figures. I would love to like just sit down on this back couch, set up 2 mics, and have like a conversation. So I would love to have some podcasts, in my room or in the basement, just on the couch with some friends that I could set up. I think I could use I don't know how many ports the XLR has or whatever, the Go XLR, but we'll see. But that just know next offseason, that's like to-do list for next offseason. For right now, we're just worrying about football. But next offseason, I would like to have like a reoccurring show that's once a week that I can have guests on, that I can do solo, that I can talk about whatever I want. I think that would be fun. Like Pat McAfee show is a great example of that. He said, but actually I'd recommend the new Rodecaster Pro 2. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna start. Let's actually just get into a draft. Let's stop all the nonsense, fellas. If you're new here, promo code Ron to hop onto Underdog Fantasy, hop into a draft with me. I'm telling you guys, for everybody that is new, I cannot stress enough. For everybody out there that is new to best ball, that's like, man, I don't know if I want to play. Ron's been doing a ton of these. I know he's got a promo code, but I'm not sure if I want to do it. The puppy is your best friend if you're new to best ball. The puppy is amazing. It only lasts for a few days. You're not gonna be able to like wait until next week to do it. It's going to run out. The puppy is going to fill in the next like 3-4 days. You want to get in there and have as many drafts done as possible because it's the like pretty much like the best like prize per dollar tournament. It runs out fast every time. It's in high demand, but Best Ball Mania 3, as much as I love Best Ball Mania 3, it's amazing. But for new guys who, I mean, if you're new to best ball, it's a little bit tough to have to spend $25 on your first league. So I think it's actually perfect for you guys to hop on the puppy. I put the link pinned in the top or in the chat right now, but you click that link, it'll bring you right to a link that hops you on Underdog, puts my promo code in. You hop in from there, you hop into a puppy, and you get drafting with your good old friend, your good old pal. Oh, what the hell is this? What am I looking at? Oh, okay. I get what I'm looking at. But yeah, fellas, how are you guys all doing? Like I said, been all over the place with audio stuff. I think we're just going to have to make a pretty dumb purchase. But I don't care, man. This is, I'm not going to lie to you guys either. This is where all the money rolls in for fantasy football, right? August, September. So if I'm going to make a dumb purchase, it should probably be now. But okay, we're going to hop into the puppy 3. If anybody wants to come in with the boy, I'm going to hit enter. Also, did I talk about if I wanted to do multiple? I wanted to do multiple. Should I do 3? Did I ask you guys how many I should do? I want to do 3 at once, but I think we'll just do 1. We'll just do 1. We got 4 more spots. 4 more spots. We got a leftover question from last video. You should go RB first 4 rounds. Nah. All right, so I'm gonna take this out of here, and the first thing that I would like to do is not show you guys my search history. You don't want to know what I'm searching up, fellas. But yeah, I'm just going to. This is a puppy draft that we're doing here. How do I put up a poll? I really gotta get, if any of you guys want to be like mods or whatever. I know Flock has mods like put up like polls and stuff every time he streams. If anybody wants to be in that position, let me know. How many puppies should I do at once? And I'll let the people decide. It's a yes or no? Okay, no, it's not. 1, 2, 3. I don't want to do any more than 3. I could do more than 3, but what else do we got in here? All right. So we're at the 6th spot. Okay, let me make sure that everything looks good here. Wow, we got 40 people in here already. Shout out to the boys, the Bulls. DKB, you're telling me that there's you're telling me that Brick did an update? I have not seen it personally. Are you saying that it'll be like already up? Where'd you see the Brick thing? Is probably a better question than doing that. All right, we will. Let's actually zoom in a little bit. Sorry, fellas. I'm just trying to make this the best experience it could possibly be for the subscribers. So let's do this, and we'll put myself here. I don't care that I'm covering 11 and 12's names. Who cares? Actually, I'll put myself down here for the start. Why not? Put myself here. I'm praying that we get somebody to do something stupid and let me get Chase. All right, what else we got? But yeah, DKB, let me definitely elaborate on that. Yes, he took Eckler. Let's go, fellas. Little Jamar Chase at the 6th spot. That's a gift. Any time that you can get Chase, Kupp, Jefferson outside of the top 5 picks, that's a gift every time. Every time. I also need to see what you guys. Wow, we have a lot of live streams going on right now. I'm not going to say what the other guys that are live are, so you guys don't run off. Okay, I'm kind of an idiot. Hold on. Nope, not us. Wow, a lot of you guys want me to do 2? No one wants me to do 3, but some people want me to do 1 or 2. We'll just do 1. We'll just do 1. I'll after I'm done here, I'll just hammer out a ton. But I want to hang out with you guys, see what's up. Thoughts on? I'm just gonna start answering questions. I've been all over the place, fellas. That's my bad. What do we got? Thoughts on 0 RB this year for the back half of picks? I love it. If you can go on this back half here and go like, I'm telling you, dude, in home leagues, you're going to be able to do this, man. You're going to be able to get to this 10 spot. You're going to see Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, Travis Kelce, all on the board. You take Jamar Chase here, you come back around and you take one of Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, Travis Kelce. Easy money. That's going to be extremely viable in home leagues. Ron, in a start 2 wide receivers in flex, how comfortable would you be starting the year with Debo, Godwin, Michael Thomas, Judy as your top 4 wide receivers? In a 2 wide receiver in flex league, Debo, Godwin, Michael Thomas, Judy. I'd say that's solid. I think that does fine. Brian saying smash the like button. Of course, if you're in here, if I answer your question, whatever. You said Clyde versus Pollard, Tony versus Claypool in Dynasty. I probably prefer Pollard to Clyde just because I'm more confident that he's a better talent. And then Tony versus Claypool. Probably Tony. At this point, we're only 1 year through his career. I would say that Claypool and Tony through 1 year looked I would say Claypool probably looked better than Tony, but if Tony put up a year 2 the same way that Claypool did, we probably wouldn't be too excited. Here, I don't even like Mixon, but I'll take Mixon. Okay. I'm open to Aaron Jones, Mike Evans, Mark Andrews, Tyreek Hill. Should we reach and get a little... Man, oh man. What a shitty spot we're in here. I think this is going to have to be Aaron Jones. I haven't taken a lot of Aaron Jones, but I've had Jacob Sanderson not directly convert me, but he's been talking about Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, especially in these formats, tournaments, where Aaron Jones has something that Joe Mixon doesn't, right? Or any of these running backs. Or I guess not Javonte, but something that very few of these running backs have, where Aaron Jones has contingent upside, where he's already the same projection as Joe Mixon, but what's not really baked in for a lot of these guys is that in a world where A.J. Dillon goes down, Aaron Jones, like let's say A.J. Dillon tears his ACL tomorrow, Aaron Jones gets drafted right here. You can't say the same thing about Mixon. If Chris Evans goes down or Samaje Perine goes down, nope. You can't say the same thing about Najee Harris. If Anthony McFarland or Benny Snell or any of those guys go down, nope. Same thing with Matt Breida and Saquon Barkley. So he does have this like trap door of upside where if A.J. Dillon goes down and he goes down anywhere near the playoff weeks in the tournament, you're going to on your team. So he does have massive upside. He has huge spike week potential. He's talented at least. Tyler, you're saying you're T-Swizz? Where are you at? Cooper Kupp, Fournette start? Okay. I think you got to re-download, at least I had to. He announced it on Discord this morning and showed how it works. Okay. I imagine that's in Overzet's Discord or no? I definitely got to get that set up. You said just did a startup 10-man Superflex 1 PPR, got these wide receivers, DJ Moore, Deontay Johnson, Devonta Smith, Elijah Moore, Ayuk, and Claypool. Wow. Those are all wide receivers that I love, man. Yeah, you said feel pretty good about that? I would too. I jumped over here from the... yeah, I like how you censored it. And now I'm in the draft, so it worked out. Love to see it, man. And you said you're picking from the 3 spot, Jay Sells, Jefferson Evans. Okay. I'm not sure I'd take Evans over Tyreek Hill, A.J. Brown, T. Higgins, but I'm just messing around. You know me. I'm just giving out guff. Cam Akers and Breece Hall for Saquon and DJ Moore. It's crazy, man. It's pretty shocking how many of you guys ask Dynasty questions, and we're in August at this point. It's honestly reminded me at this point with the Deshaun Watson news out. I hate to say it. I don't even really want to brag, or let's actually talk about the Deshaun Watson news, because that's part of the appeal of this stream is I wanted to talk about the Deshaun Watson stuff. Wow, I hate the spot that we're in here. Debating Pitts, debating Keenan Allen, debating Pittman. I don't have a lot of Keenan Allen, but he's not even somebody I care about being overexposed to. I kind of want to get some Mike Williams exposure. I don't have a ton. Kyle Pitts goes. Mike Williams, DJ Moore, Michael Pittman, Keenan Allen. Let's go Keenan Allen. I don't even like that pick, but let's go Keenan Allen. Whatever. Didn't feel great at all. I'll be honest with you guys. But yeah, my most owned player in Dynasty is Deshaun Watson, and I don't want to victory lap anything, or like it's just such a moral gray area that I just simply thought he was a good investment, so I made that investment across multiple leagues. And I didn't feel this was a pretty big breaking point for me in Dynasty, because I don't want to make any trades or anything on like half of my teams with Deshaun Watson, because if he gets suspended for the entire year, okay, then we probably got to go into rebuild mode. But now that it's 6 games, it's like, okay, some of these teams that are like fringe contenders or contenders at this point will treat Deshaun Watson as a startable quarterback, and from there I'll start making trades. So that was a huge domino for me to sort of figure out what to do with my Dynasty teams. Also, we'll switch back here in a second, but let's see. So Deshaun Watson's ADP is all the way down here, 163 at QB 22. I think at this point, if he plays, he's going to play week 7 on. You're getting a top 6 quarterback. He's never finished outside of like the top. I think he's never finished outside of the top 6 quarterbacks in points per game. Like even since his rookie year, he's been amazing. For me, especially in tournaments at this point, I think once you start getting to the statues and you start talking about Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford, I would have him probably pretty comfortably. I would have Dak ahead of Brady here, and then I would probably have Deshaun between Brady and Dak. That's probably where. Just give me the upside. Give me the spike weeks. He's going to have massive spike weeks. You're only missing him for the first 6 games in a tournament that weighs end-of-season scoring past anything. I think that it actually gets a little bit more interesting in a redraft managed league where you have to like have him sit on your bench for a while, because that is annoying to have to burn that bench spot. So that's a different conversation. I would probably put him still in that same area though. But I'll get back to some things. I'm sure as I go down the chat, you guys are going to bring back Deshaun Watson, and then I'll just start answering questions on him. But I just wanted to give a little bit of my thoughts off the cuff there. Akers and Breece Hall for Saquon and DJ Moore. Probably give me... That's very close, man. That's close. I would probably have Akers and DJ Moore like cancel out. Right? I'd say in a startup they go around the same range, so then Breece Hall for Saquon. I think that you have to take Breece Hall's side. I think you're probably giving too much for Saquon, DJ Moore. 10-team PPR, pick 9, Chase, Adams, Pitts, Keenan Allen, ETN, Dobbins, St. Brown, Mooney, Garrett Wilson, top 9. I mean, that sounds solid. Pretty much you just press grab exposures button on the HUD on the UD exposures page, and it reads it and auto updates your exposure so it's way quicker. Okay, I got to get in that. Yeah, I want a pick at 6 or later in home leagues because you know the wide receivers will fall. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, oh my God, we're on the clock. We are on the clock. Let's just take McLaurin. Jeez, that was close. We'll just take McLaurin. We'll kind of build out this. This just sounds like a pretty classic hero RB team. Jeez, I was reading comments and just completely forgot that my pick was up. 106 when you're streaming is a nightmare because you don't get any breaks. Like I actually prefer the turn because like during the long stretch without picking, I can just sort of do whatever, but I gotta make sure I'm looking at things. What do you think the ceiling is for CeeDee Lamb in Dynasty? Probably right where he is right now, like wide receiver 3. CMC at the 102, a no-brainer. Yes, sir. He is projected for the most touches, the most points if he's healthy. Every running back gets hurt. McCaffrey hasn't torn an ACL or an Achilles or anything. Hey, you and Chase Javante, love to see it. Hey, Ron, thoughts on trading Burrow in a late second for 3 firsts, likely all late for a Superflex league? Probably not. I don't know why you would have to throw in that second, but I mean, maybe if it was Burrow for 3 firsts, but still, even then, I don't know, man. These elite quarterbacks are such like valuable assets. I'm personally not moving off of Burrow, Deshaun, Lamar, Kyler, Herbert, Josh Allen, Mahomes without, like, I need to get overpaid. So if somebody trade up for their 3 firsts, I would think about it. Even then, it's tough. They would all have to be like in 2023. Like if it was like 2 23s and like 124, probably not. PPR 1 quarterback dynasty league. I feel like the 2023 class is a bit overhyped because of how less valuable CJ and Young are, and the rest of the QBs in general. 3 premier players, and then it's just a standard. I kind of disagree, man. This 2023 class is crazy, dude. You got a lot of talent. You have I made a video on the 2023 class at one point, but Bijan's great. Like Bijan's like a Saquon level type guy. Then you have Jahmyr Gibbs, who is probably as good a prospect as any running back that has come out recently. Up there with like an ETN, Najee Harris, first round type caliber DeAndre Swift. After Jahmyr Gibbs at running back, I'm trying to think the other guys, but like Zach Evans is interesting. Sean Tucker is interesting. I love Tank Bigsby. I think Tank Bigsby is slept on out of Auburn. He's sweet. And then wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba. He's not the only guy, though. Kayshon Boutte was supposed to be like a top 5 guy after his freshman year. The kid who just went to USC from Pitt, Jordan Addison's amazing. And that's without even talking about like Josh Downs and stuff. And then the tight end is great with Michael Mayer. It's a great class. And we haven't even had those like super late breakouts yet, like Joe Burrow and Devonta Smith in terms of just like senior breakouts. It's in the Brick Discord. Is that free to get into? I don't know if I'm even in the Brick Discord. Why do you have 8% Pittman if he's never had a wide receiver 2 point per game Pittman? I always don't know what IIRC is. It if it really counts, or if it, like, sometimes I think it's like if I remember correctly, I don't know, dude. So Godwin's interesting here. Godwin, Bateman, Juju. Let's go Godwin. Why not? I've been taking a good chunk of Godwin recently. I don't have any exposure to him at this point, and I think that his ADP is going to start coming down, so why not? But yeah, I don't love Pittman, but he's just in a spot in round 3 where I'll take him because he's a wide receiver. But that's fair. I think Matt Ryan probably elevates him a little bit. He only had, what, 1 full season last year, and it was with Wentz. Year 3 breakout looking somewhat likely. Thoughts on the Browns players after the Watson news, X Cooper? Is Cooper still on the board at this point, 66.5? Cooper's tough, man. Cooper's tough because he's not somebody I was really drafting even, you know, if Deshaun was playing the full season or if he was on the Cowboys. He's just not somebody that's commanded a big target share. But I guess he's kind of like, I don't think that I really would move him up that much. You know, he's in this area. I think that's about where I would draft him. Like, I don't see a big difference between Amari Cooper and Adam Thielen, to be honest, even with the Deshaun Watson news. I mean, I don't know. I'm not moving Amari Cooper ahead of, like, I don't know if I can move him ahead of Mooney. I mean, maybe I will move him ahead of Mooney. It's tough. It's extremely tough. Because, like, in my head, I was already kind of baking in a Deshaun Watson suspension. Like, not a ton has changed for me on Amari Cooper. But I do see the appeal. Should I shrink this down? Chubb and Kareem Hunt are pretty much the same as they were. Still love Kareem Hunt. Not a huge fan of Chubb until Kareem Hunt gets moved. David Bell becomes a lot more interesting. I think David Njoku gets a bump up. For me, Amari Cooper's tough, man, because I would take him, like, when we're talking about these wide receivers, I would take Deontay over him. I do think, though, I probably should move him up, because I'm trying to think through it right now. I probably would have him in the same tier as a Brandon Cooks and Allen Robinson. So if it's like Allen Robinson, but like the first 6 weeks he's going to have Jacoby Brissett, so I do think that probably bumps him back the tier behind that, though. So I'd probably have him behind Godwin. I think it gets close. Like, I think this is probably it. Like, the 5-6 turn, this is around the area. Yeah, I would say right here with Adam Thielen. That's probably the highest I could put Cooper, personally. You said Bijan's the GOAT? Yes, sir. No. There have been bots in here. I look away for... I let the chat just do its thing while I'm drafting, and we have a bot come in here. Oh, what's good? Ban? Get banned, buddy. Naked hyper H or hyphen HD XYZ fire Tinder ? Our girls right first. Dog. I never had a girl right first to me in my life, dog. You think you got the answers? I'm pressing draft. I've pressed draft a million times. Okay, there it is. Making me draft David Montgomery like a million times. I thought that I had my YouTube streams on subscribers only. I must have screwed that up. I thought that's what it was for a little bit, at least. Whatever. You said, buddy of mine traded Russ Godwin a 23 first, Alec Pierce for Herbert. You said, would you consider that an overpay? Russ Godwin a 23 first and Alec Pierce? I think that's actually probably fine, if I'm being honest. If somebody approached me with that for my Justin Herbert, I would have to think about it. I think that it's like, I think that that's about right. You said there are 2 Maryland wide receivers people think will break out this year too. I would imagine it's Raheem Jarrett and the other one. Raheem Jarrett's the only one I can think of. Raheem Jarrett. Man, I think I actually know who this is. It's Raheem Jarrett. This guy's name is it like Desmond, or it starts with a D? The other guy in Maryland? I feel like he had a big injury. Can't think of his name, but I know exactly who you're talking about. So Pittman's got that dog in him? I would say so. Better QB, and the Colts will throw more this year. Expect 4 to 5 more pass attempts per game. That's fair. You traded Watson when everything was uncertain. Oh my God, you traded Watson for Fields? Oh my goodness. You said, yeah, the Discord is free. I think it's linked on his site. It's where the change log is and the updates are announced for the tool. Okay, so I got to definitely look into that if I'm paying for this. Dude, this bot is driving me crazy. We're fine though. I just banned both of them. It's extremely annoying, but it's all good. All right, I'm at the bottom of the chat queue now. So anything that comes up, what's good, fellas? What's good? What up? Now I'm really in here. I had to text my mother real quick. All right, so at this point where it's kind of like a weird double hero RB type of thing we have going on here, we're still going to try and gun for like a 2-5-9-2. We have 4 wide receivers. Staring down Burrow. Burrow to Chase could be fun. Tony could be fun. Brady could be fun. So Tony goes. Tony would have been who I took, so I'll just take Burrow now. It is a little bit weird, the appendix injury, or whatever this is that they were showing. I don't know. I guess he has an appendix issue. I hope that that's not, like... I imagine that's not, like, terrible. Dante Damas. That's exactly who that is. That's exactly who that is. He said, what's up, Ron? Hope all is well with you. In a 1-quarterback dynasty, should I offer Russ for Watson? Yeah, I would take Watson over Russ straight up. I'd probably take Watson at the 106 right now, if we do a dynasty startup today. Do you prefer Kamara or Saquon this year? If there is no suspension for Kamara. If you tell me that Kamara is playing a full 17 games, it gets tough. It gets really tough. Would I put him over Saquon? I think I would. I would probably have him as my 111. I put him at my 111. I think so, at least. I'm going to put myself at the top. That's what I've decided. I think that works. But yeah, you said Dante Damas. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. Both are insane athletes. I bet at least one of the two will shoot up boards. I don't hate it. Catching passes from Talia Tagovailoa. Makes sense. Raheem Jarrett was someone that popped after his freshman year, but, dude, this is insane from the bots. Is there any way? Damn it. All right, next stream I'll make sure that it's subscribers only. I thought that I had it set to that. I don't know if I can do that mid-stream, but I'm too lazy to. Is the Eagles' offense as a whole have too high of an ADP? They seem disgustingly good. The hell? Javonte Machiavelli. What is the Eagles' offense as a whole too high of an ADP? They seem disgustingly good. What do you mean when you say disgustingly good? I think all their ADPs are fine. I love taking all of the Eagles. I think that they're great bets to outperform expectations this year. I think they're going to pass the ball a lot more than people believe. I think that Jalen Hurts is going to be a lot better than people believe. So yeah, they're pretty exciting. Wow, so we're just staring down nothing but tight ends, running backs, quarterbacks. The wide receiver thirst in this room has been pretty crazy. At this point, we should take a wide receiver. We should actually be taking 2 wide receivers here. But I think this makes sense for it to be Hawkinson. I think this has to be Hawkinson. I think that we go Hawkinson here, and then we hope we can get a wide receiver at that next pick. What do we got here? But yeah, I like all the Eagles ADPs. Dude, I got Watson at the 501 in a 10-team Superflex Dynasty startup a month ago, and I'm so happy everyone was so out on him because of the conviction concerns. Hey now. Slippery slope here, brother. We cannot victory lap our Deshaun shares in Dynasty, brother. We celebrate those victories in silence. What do we got here? Oh, Javante, you gave me a typo. You said does. Where would does fit in here? Okay, does the Eagles offense as a whole have too high of an ADP? They seem disgustingly good. Would you sell high on Keenan Allen now before the decline? I imagine you're talking about Dynasty. I think in Dynasty at this point, Keenan Allen he's like in the wide receiver 30 range. At this point, I think that he's just a buy for contenders, and he'll probably just have to die on your team. That's sort of what it seems like it's coming down to at this point. What else we got? Do you think too many people are aware of avoiding the RB dead zone now that it might be reasonable to get some value there now? I think on Underdog, yes. I think on Underdog, people are very aware of the running back dead zone. If you look through, not a lot of guys are taken in this area. Not a lot of running backs are taken in like rounds 3 to 5. So I do think on Underdog it's more exploitable because at that point you're getting really good discounts on all of them where like Ezekiel Elliott in a home league might be like an early third. On Underdog he's like the 405. Same thing with like trying to think. Same thing we got with like Akers. In a lot of high stakes leagues, Akers is going like in the third. Sort of the same thing with Brees. So you can get a lot of values on Underdog when it comes to the dead zone, but in your home league, I don't think that there is. I don't think in your home league people I don't think people. All right, so we're up here. We have Burrow. We have 2 running backs, 4 wide receivers, a tight end. We're pretty much free to do whatever we want. We're going for a 2-5-9-2 build. I have to be honest. If Dak gets to us here, like this far past his ADP, I have truly no choice. I will take Dak here. I mean, what? Like 14 picks past his ADP? Round 9? 906 Dak Prescott? His ADP is 88. I'd be getting him at 102. Like I don't want to, but I don't think I have a choice there. So we'll go Dak. That'll be the last quarterback that we get. If I pop this out, what the hell happens then? Huh. This is interesting. Hold on, I'm messing around with this for a second. Because I do want it to be set up in a way where... Oh, didn't mean to do that. Where I can do this, scroll here, and then I can just click this, and boom. Because I would like to... I start hiding things. So I hide the quarterbacks here, and then I can switch back and forth. Okay, that's actually a lot better than what I used to do. What else we got here? What else we got here? Do you still think you'll stream/record a FFWC draft like you've talked about a couple weeks ago, or is it not going to work out? As of right now, I'm not sure. Streams have been a little bit iffy. Still working on some audio things, so I might push that off till next week. We'll see. But I definitely do think by like mid to late August, they're definitely, like I said, I want to stream more. I said it earlier that I want to stream more in the month of August. So we'll still do like 5 meaningful, thoughtful, data-driven videos in the week. But instead of just doing 1 live stream, I want to make it like 3. So we're putting out daily content. And that'll be one of them. Most of it will be underdog drafts, but I'll be doing some high stakes. So that'll be FFPC. I have a friend who wants to co-manage a team on FFPC, so that'll be fun. I'll eventually do an FFWC one, though. What do you think about the camp news about Mac Hollins? Dog, I haven't even heard about the Mac Hollins news. Let me grab my phone. You're telling me that there's Mac Hollins news right now? Is that the spot of summer we're in right now? We're getting Mac Hollins blurbs, dude? Let me see. Wow, Cody Carpentier's been all over it. Let me see. Mac Hollins is on the Raiders? That's what this is? I haven't heard about this Matt Collins stuff at all. All right, hold on. We're on the clock. Wow. And we just have Garrett Wilson staring us in the face. This is insane, dude. Garrett Wilson should not be a 10th round pick. Not even, no ifs, ands, or buts about it should he be going at the 10:07. That's where his ADP is, too. His ADP is the 112, dude. It's insane. He should be like a 7th or 8th round pick. It's crazy. I'm gonna end up with like 40% exposure to Garrett Wilson. I don't understand. We had last year, talked about this in last year, we had Rondell Moore getting pushed up to round 9, Elijah Moore, all of these guys. Garrett Wilson is a better prospect than all of them. He was drafted in the top 10 of the NFL draft, and he's getting treated like a second-round wide receiver. And I get that it's Zach Wilson. I get that it's Garrett Wilson. I get that it's the same old Jets, but come on, fellas. Talent wins out. Am I asking for too much in turning down a 2023 late first and 2024 second for Chris Godwin in a 10-team dynasty? Probably, man, if I'm being honest with you. I would take a 2023 first all day for Godwin. Unless if you know for a fact that's going to be like a bottom 3 2023 first, I think that you probably are. He said, my RBs in my Dynasty League are Breece Hall, Ken Walker, and Elijah Mitchell, and a bunch of lower-tier wide receivers, but my wide receiver are Kupp, Allen, Metcalf, A.J. Brown, Devonta. Should I trade for better running backs? Probably not, man. As long as you have RB1 and RB2, and you can flex all of your best players, you're probably fine. You said nothing says upside more than Matt Collins. That is what they say. You said it's your first time managing a 14-man league. How many leagues do you manage, if any, every year? Do you mean commission? Do you mean, am I commissioner or manager? I'll answer both either way. I commission my home league, and I commission like a subscriber league that we'll do on the Patreon, patreon.com/Ron Stewart. A little shameless plug there. Get my rankings, subscriber leagues, waiver wire guidance, fab guidance, rest of season rankings, all there. So I'll have like a league with the patrons. I'll have a league with my home, high school buddies. All right, hold on. We're fine we don't need either of these tight ends. Though Komet is interesting. Komet's interesting. I don't love any of these wide receivers, really. Let's go Komet. Let's do it. Let's go Komet. Chicago, Detroit, do they play in that last week? I'm going to say they do. So now we can take tight end out of here. Boom. Let's scroll this up a little bit. But I'll be commissioning 2 leagues, and I'll probably manage and play in. I'll have like my own team or co-manage with other people in terms of redraft leagues. Probably 9 to 12 teams. But the caveat is that like 80% of those teams, there's no trading, so it's just waiver wire management. I hate to be, a party pooper, but I do prefer my redraft leagues with no trades. Most of it is like a fun subscriber league or a fun home league. What do you think is the best draft spot this year? The 105. Just lock me in one of McCaffrey, JT, Kupp, Jamar Chase, Jefferson. One of those 5, and I'll be good to go. Why does Garrett Wilson go that much further than Elijah Moore? You tell me, man. Why does he go that much farther than Drake London? Drafted practically back-to-back. Similarly graded prospects. You could make the case that Kyle Pitts is better than any pass catcher that Garrett Wilson is competing with. And you can make the case that Zach Wilson's a better thrower of the football than Marcus Mariota. So I don't know, man. It's frustrating, but at the same time, I'll just scoop up the value. People want to keep sleeping on Jets players, whatever, dude. Speaking of Garrett Wilson, which rookie receiver presents the best value at ADP outside of him? Dude, here's the thing, dude. I actually don't mind Drake London, but if Drake London's going to be going in the 6th and Garrett Wilson's going in the 10th, it's just such a better value there. For me, it would probably be is great. I think Romeo Dubes is great if you want to get really deep. But I think most of the rookie wide receivers are good values. We've seen the past couple of years for best ball that they've been cheat codes, or just cheat codes in general in the playoffs, man. You saw last year, you just saw Jamar Chase, you saw Amon-Ra St. Brown, you saw Waddle, you saw Elijah Moore do well before his injury. You also saw the year before that, Ayuk did well, Jefferson, of course. But they compound their fantasy points in the back half of the season, and they do really well for you in the playoffs. Has Tolbert ADP always been this huge? Or did that guy reach it because of James Washington? Nah, Jalen Tolbert goes in this area, which is pretty crazy to me. I could never. That's purely just drafting situation in my eyes, but hey. Hey, Ron, I have the 101 and keeping Jamar Chase in the 7th round and redraft all team PPR. Should I smash wide receiver on the 2-3 turn? Saw your video on winning the flex. Great stuff. Thank you, man. I would smash wide receiver as long as there's no good running backs there. It's really the best way I could put it. But I wouldn't be afraid to go running back there if like a good one makes it to you. Like if Javante's there or something and you're staring down like Keenan Allen and Michael Pittman, then go Javante or any of those top running backs. But if you're staring down like A.J. Brown, T. Higgins, then go A.J. Brown, T. Higgins. It really just comes down to who's the best player on the board early on. I try not to force myself to certain positions until like rounds like 4+. So what do we got here? We need more. We need a lot more wide receivers. Let's go J-Mo. Let's lean into this Detroit Chicago stack, because now we have J-Mo, we have T.J. Hawkinson, we have Cole Kmet, we have David Montgomery. So we have a lot sort of going there for that game in particular. Yeah, okay, so I think I answered that well. I'm thinking about doing a tight end premium in my 14-man league because we're ditching the super flex because of the league size this year. Oh, okay, so I'm going to assume that you're commissioning. You're thinking about doing a tight end premium in your 14-man league because we're ditching the super flex because of the league size this year. I hate to say it, man. I just like a vanilla league, dude. I just like 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, 2 flexes, any kind of PPR, and I'll be happy. All the weird, tight end premium, super flex. I got to be honest with you guys. I keep my fix for the weird formats of, super flex, tight end premium, and having keepers, and so you can keep the players 1 year later. I get that fix in Dynasty. I play the weird formats in Dynasty. I keep players in Dynasty. In a redraft, I really just want a vanilla setup, how God intended fantasy football to be played. And it's super vanilla. It's super, it is kind of whack, but just how I prefer. Last round, David Bell's a good dart throw as well. Your bet to be Amon-Ra St. Brown this year, I think that's actually fine. That's a good call. I think I answered you, Chris Diaz. Yeah. I love Jameson Williams' value as well. Such a perfect archetype for best ball once he is healthy. Yeah, exactly, dude. And he might just be sick, dude. I talk about this like 1 every 3 streams, but Jameson Williams might just be that guy. He is insane. I snagged Jameson Williams from your queue. But yeah, I love Jameson Williams as like we're already banking on rookie wide receivers to give us production in the back half of the year. Getting a guy this late and like what was that, round 12, dude? Round 12 Jameson Williams when he has like the perfect archetype we're looking for. Just beautiful. And he fits my correlation. What else we got? Where would Gage have to fall to be draftable? Because I thought he would fall much more. I agree, man. I'm not drafting Russell Gage at his like his ADP isn't even that crazy yet. It's 87.8. Can't do it. I think people are gonna hate the answer that I give if I'm being honest, man. Let me see real quick. So on the clock, we're looking at some running backs here. I think we can wait on running backs. Let's go Jamison Crowder. I don't even love him, but he does give us the other side of that Bengals-Bills situation where we have Burrow, we have Chase now, and we have Crowder on the other side. I think the plan is going to be we'll try and get Chris Evans. Dude, I truly hate to say this, fellas. I truly hate to say this, but I do think that Zach Moss is interesting these days, man. It seems like he's going to get a role. I know healthy scratch in week 1. I'm just saying it wouldn't shock me in the slightest if the Bills made Devin Singletary like a healthy scratch in week 1 and Zach Moss led the backfield in touches with James Cook in a receiving role. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying that there's an upside scenario where that happens, and I don't think that Zach Moss is even getting drafted right now. Yeah, so I haven't even drafted him yet, but I'm saying he is interesting. He is somewhat interesting. Someone who got almost 100 carries in the last 2 years. He's someone to just keep an eye out, okay? I'm not saying the Zach Moss league winner or anything. I'm just saying keep an eye out, all right? It's interesting. That's all I'm saying. What do we got here? But where would I draft Gage? That's what I was talking about. So Gage for me, I think probably right in this like Tyler Boyd, McCole Hardman, Rondale Moore area. So probably right in here, like 9th, 10th round for me. That's where I would have Julio too. I would have Julio right in this Kenny Golladay area. So I'd probably have them both like 10th round behind Wilson. Probably still behind Boyd, but yeah, right in this like 116 area, ahead of Watson, ahead of Moore. So like right here is where I would be comfortable. I don't think that he's gonna get there though. In this draft, where did he go, Gage? Yeah, you guys are out of your mind. This guy, like, pick 81 Russell Gage from El Chap right here. I don't even know who El Chap is, but come on, buddy. Insane. I mean, I get you got the Brady stack and stuff, but it's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me to still take him that high, but I don't know. Some people like him. Some people really value situation. Some people play the game differently than I do. So shout out to those boys for taking Russell Gage when, you know, there's some of us who can't. Some of us who won't. 9th pick in a 10-team redraft. Don't know what to do. From what I know, I think that Najee, Mixon, Devontae, maybe Cook are there in the first, and Kelsey, Diggs, Swift in the second. What should I do? Hope that Chase falls there. If not, I like Devontae, and then maybe come back around and get like something like Swift. I think that would be good. I would just do a couple mocks. I'd maybe take a look over at my rankings. I have some really good top 150 laid out where you can see, okay, this is who Ron would take here. But yeah, Jameson Williams might just be the new D-Jack or T.Y. Hilton. He really just might be. Or he might be Robbie Anderson. Who knows? Who knows? People forget how nice Robbie Anderson was on the Jets, man. People forget. Oh, man. Come on. Let me do this, buddy. C-Dome, please, dude. You don't need any more running backs. You truly don't. If this guy goes, I have no clue what I'll be looking for. I don't need any of those. I mean, I do need wide receivers, but I hate all of them. Okay, perfect. So we're going to go Gainwell. That's actually perfect for Gainwell, dude. We got him way past his ADP. And that pick 163 when he usually goes at 150. So that's perfect. All right, I'll switch this back over here. Put my thing back up here. What else we got? Paris Campbell is healthy and tearing it up yet again. Do I bet on him staying healthy? Paris Campbell's tough for me, man. That wide receiver 2 chair is tough for me because what? Paris Campbell, it's Alec Pierce. I've even heard some reports about Ashton Doolin, who I actually don't hate as a like last round pick. Paris Campbell's interesting, man, but it's always the same thing with Paris Campbell, where you know Paris Campbell's really interesting if he just puts it all together and stays on the field and he stays healthy, you know. The issue is that none of us really know if he'll stay healthy. I'm kind of out on him as like a really solid talent, but I mean at this point where you're drafting him, has he gone yet? No. Like 15th round, he doesn't have to really do a ton to pay off. I don't know. It's tough for me with Paris Campbell because I don't even know what the ceiling really looks like. What else we got here? Zach Moss could fall in the end zone twice any given playoff week. That's very true. Very true. What if Singletary goes down? What do they just roll with a? They roll with Duke Johnson. They roll with just James Cook. I don't think so. I remember. I imagine you're talking about the Zach Moss healthy scratch week 1. That was a nightmare. You said you love getting 2 running backs in the first 5 rounds and jamming best player available the rest. That's fair. I slant a little more towards wide receiver. Brock, you're out here ranting about T.Y. Hilton. The young people slandering T.Y. because he is old now makes me mad. They don't know how much of a dog he used to be. Nah, he was dope, man. He was really fun. I'm trying to think of the what's that like iconic game? Was it against? It was either like against the Titans or the Texans or the Chiefs or something in the playoffs. But I remember Andrew Luck came from behind. I'm gonna say it was one of those 3 teams. You probably know better than me, Brock. But he like came back down like a couple scores, and like T.Y. Hilton was sweet too, doing like the T.Y. thing in the end zone. That's always sweet. But yeah, that's one of my biggest like Andrew Luck memories was that playoff game. I'm trying to think. I want to say it was Chiefs. Now that I think about it, but it could have been Texans or it could have been Titans. I don't know. It was maybe not super early in his career. It was probably like one of his last years. But it was a really cool playoff game. Trust me, Reich will spread it around. Pittman 1, Paris Pierce duel in S2A, 2B, and 2C. Yeah, I agree. It's pretty funny now that he doesn't have Zach Pascal. He loved getting Zach Pascal involved. He, more than a lot of people, loves to rotate in his wide receivers, which is pretty annoying to deal with. We're looking at Chicago, Detroit. We're looking at Cincy, Buff. None of that's really up here for us. Who's Dallas playing? The Titans? Dallas 10? No. GB. No, we don't really have anything set up there. Washington, Tampa Bay. So we have Detroit, Chicago. I don't have any Paris Campbell. Let's go Wandale. I just love Wandale too much not to go Wandale. So we need to end up with the 2-5-9-2 here. We need to find a way to get Dallas stacked here. What Cowboys wide receivers are even available at this point? So it can't be Washington. It's not TJ Vasher season. Okay, so we can't really get any Cowboys stacks with Dak. It's going to be like a naked Dak kind of thing. But what? Cowboys, Titans. Can I get any Titans on the back end here? I definitely can. We can go any of Hassan Haskins, Dontrell Hilliard, Nick Westbrook. Okay, so that's sweet. So we'll get some on the back end there. And then, so I'm just going to worry about week 17 correlation now. So we have some Bills guys. I'm not interested in any of these guys. We'll put Zach Moss in there. I don't think there's anybody else we really need to be aware of. And then for Bengals, we will put Chris Evans and Samaje Perine. And then that should be good. That's all of the consideration that we really need here. It does suck though that the Bengals don't have a wide receiver 4 you can really stack here in these late rounds. Like you can obviously go with a like Hayden Hurst and stuff, and that's completely fine. And I think it's actually, so let's just bring this down here. And I think that's probably like a fine setup. What am I trying to say here? But yeah, I do wish that they just had I wish they still had like Auden Tate or something. That would be like a fun wide receiver 4. How do you feel about Deshaun now in PPR? I talked about it earlier, but I would have him ahead of like the Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr area. Probably ahead of Matthew Stafford and Tom Brady, but behind Russ and Dak. And I think that he's fine like anywhere in that like 9th round area. Who are you taking first, A.J. Brown or Higgins? My big bro and I had a debate about this, and I say A.J. Brown could share ceiling, higher point per game ceiling. I don't know. Like I said, I just think he's the better player. He's not really limited by the 1A on that team. Not that I think that Higgins will still get his and be fine as like a top 12 wide receiver, but yeah. You're saying the comeback was against the Chiefs, biggest comeback in playoff history? Wow, you love that. As a Chiefs fan, that wasn't a great memory. Hey, Ron, super vague, but in a Dynasty startup, when is it worth climbing up / dropping down in the draft, and what kind of assets would you offer / want in return? For me, I use my rankings, right, and it has tiers within them. So if I have a guy who shouldn't be on the board still, but he's on the board, let's say I have like a second round, let's say I have Saquon Barkley in my rankings, it's like a 4th round guy, and you look up, it's a 6th round, Saquon Barkley still on the board, boom, that's when I trade up. If it's the opposite, so I have, let's say like 4 players all in the same tier, or I have like, so we have 3 picks left. Hold on. We have 3 picks left. One of them needs to be running back. Or no, one of them needs to be wide receiver. 2 of them need to be running back. I got some ideas. So this one up top has to be a running back. Man, I don't even love Marlon Mack. Man, I think that this might have to be Chris Evans here. I'm trying to think through this. Chris Evans, but that would be like way past his ADP. But Chris Evans, no. This is gonna be McKissick or Marlon Mack. Let's go Marlon Mack just because his ADP is 175. We got him like a round pass. Doesn't really matter because it's towards the end of this draft, but it's worth mentioning at the very least. Probably should have been Washington kind of stacked with McLaurin there, but I don't think that's the end of the world. But yeah, so I'm trading up when there's somebody in a tier ahead of the rest. And I think there's a clear value. And the opposite is if I have like 10 players in the same tier and I'm on the board, that's when I want to move back because I don't want to just pick from a flat tier. Ideally, you're picking the last 1 or 2 guys in a tier. So tiers are huge for that. And what assets am I usually offering? I'm usually doing like pick swaps. So if I want to move up to the first, I'll send like my second and a third for their first and a seventh. I'm always trying to make it so I'm never giving up more picks than I'm receiving, right? So I don't really like doing 3 for 2s or 4 for 3s or anything like that. Ideally, it's 2 for 2, 1 for 1, and I'm not trading away my future draft picks. So I think that those are some pretty good guidelines or baselines there. So let me know if that kind of helped answer what you were looking for. I'm not sure. So TY had 140 against the Prime Legion of Boom as well and 5 receptions. He was a dog. I'm glad we have Mahomes to get past all the shitty memories we had before him. Dude, I was actually thinking about it today, dude. How crazy was it, Pat Mahomes' rookie year, that just like his presence in practice just like pushed, pretty much straight up pushed, what's his name? Alex Smith to be like just completely play out of character, where he used to be like this field manager, not push the ball downfield or anything. The minute Mahomes gets drafted and he has Mahomes like, you know, lighting a fire under his ass, he was out there throwing it deep and like almost like if Pat Mahomes was stuck in Alex Smith's body. Like he had a great year that last year in KC before his Mahomes time. And yeah, dude, as a Jets fan, I don't have a Mahomes or anything. Like, you guys are both spoiled fan bases. I hate to say it. Brock, you're in a little bit of a better spot now, but I can't even wrap my head around going from Peyton Manning sucking for 1 total year and then going to Andrew Luck and ever complaining about that. Now, obviously, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but we have never had a quarterback good as either of those guys ever. So in the modern era. And you guys just got them to pass the baton to each other. Same thing with the Packers, man. Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. I can't even stomach what that is like. I don't even know what that it feels like. Of going from not only just one franchise QB, something that we've never had on the Jets, but going from one franchise QB to another without this massive pit of despair. Now, I will say I know the Chiefs had despair prior to Mahomes, but y'all hit the lottery. You now have Mahomes, the best quarterback of his generation, forever. Said the volume is much better. You talking about the mic volume? Bro, I forget we 17 correlation every time. It is hard to what the hell am I saying, dude? What the hell am I saying? It's hard to remember on the fly. You think Zach Pascal's a decent dart throw? Probably not anymore. I didn't mind him when he was on the Colts because Reich really rotates those wide receivers. So that's all I was saying, is that when Zach Pascal was on the Colts, he'd get a lot more play than you would think. Same with who does the other guy? Desmond Patton. He loves to rotate those wide receivers, man. It's crazy. Just showing. What pick are you? Pick 6. In a startup, you should chase an extra elite quarterback. I don't hate that. Great content every time. Keep doing you, bro. Appreciate it, man. BRB crying because I miss Luck. You said, yeah, dude. I miss Luck too, and I'm not even a Colts fan. I respect his decision, man, but you guys literally built him like the best O-line he could have asked for, and he instead was like peace. Like what? He left the year that you guys drafted Quentin Nelson. Like you couldn't wait 1 more year, bud. You couldn't just wait and see if Quentin Nelson was this all-pro generational lineman that he's now become. Crazy. Yeah, that is true. Alex Smith, Mahomes did change Alex Smith. People outside of Chiefs fans don't really notice that. Yeah, it was crazy, dude. You said that was a perfect response. You said you never give up future picks, but what about acquiring some 23 first rounders in the startup? That's actually the perfect move. If you're not looking to win in year 1 or just, acquiring 23 firsts in any facet of a startup draft is probably a plus EV move. All right, so we'll go Nick Westbrook. That'll just give us some correlation to Dak in that final game if we need it. You got auto Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill's a great pick, though. Depends on how many tight ends you had, though. Oh, you had Kittle, bud. That is rough. You said, I'm a Panthers fan. Trust me, I know. Oh, yeah, dude. That's tough. At least, though, dude, Cam Newton and Jake Delhomme, not terrible. Not terrible. Jake Delhomme, I'm a little bit too young to know who, like, I know that Jake Delhomme was their starter quarterback with, like, D'Angelo Williams, and I think he had a Super Bowl run, Jake Delhomme, and lost to maybe the Rams in there. I could be wrong, but was he kind of the reason that you guys sucked, like, almost like a Mark Sanchez? I don't know. So what did we just draft? We drafted a Puppy 3, our first one. Boom. Yeah, the Chiefs were constant despair before Mahomes were definitely spoiled now. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but you don't know the heartbreak of your generational talent retiring 2 weeks before the start of the season? Yeah, that's really rough. You had the best O-line in football in 2018. It does also make me think that maybe it wasn't like the injuries and stuff. It does just seem like he doesn't love football a ton. Like, I'm not... What does he do now? I came out of a movie to see on my phone, and my face was... to see the alert on my phone, and my face was just like... How does T-Swizz team look like? Is this your team, I'm assuming? Let's see. This is T-Swizz. T-Swizz, Cup, Fournette, Kamara, Kittle, Mahomes, Hop. Off the bat, probably waited too long on wide receiver here. Yeah, I wouldn't go... If I go Mahomes, I'm not going 3 quarterbacks. Oh, jeez. T-Swizz, T-Swizz, T-Swizz. Oh, no, buddy. Oh, no. I hate to say that. Your team might be dead, dude. But, yeah, so the issue is with this squad, if I have Mahomes, I'm not taking a third quarterback. You probably didn't even need to take Deshaun. You could have just taken Mahomes and Tannehill. But if you took Deshaun, you could have just not taken Tannehill. Here with running backs, if you take 2 at the top like you did with Fournette and Kamara, I'm also probably cutting it off at like 4 to 5 running backs. So 6 was a little bit much. And then Kupp is great, but you did wait until, what, like round 7 for the second wide receiver? I think you needed a little bit more. Like, I probably would have taken 1 quarterback, 1 tight end, and a running back and used that on wide receiver so that instead of a 3-6-6-3, you had like a 2-5-9-2. That would be my advice. But I think outside of that, I think the players are good. The structure just could... be a little bit better. But that's sort of the tricky part with best ball. Is structure is really tough. But all right, fellas. He said all the rehab killed his love. He was basically rehabbing injuries for 2.5 straight years. Yeah, that's fair. But all right, fellas. I appreciate you guys coming out here, spending the afternoon with me. The boys. All I gotta say before I head out of here, if you're new to Underdog, it should be pinned in the live chat. If you're new, I'm telling you guys, the puppy is something that only comes around a few times. We're already on the 3rd puppy. I would be shocked if we see more than 5 puppies. So you're gonna want to make sure you hop into Underdog, promo code Ron. The link is pinned in the chat. You hop on there, it'll take you straight in there. It'll use my promo code. You hop in there, and they will match your deposit all the way up to $100. So if you deposit $100, they match $100. What's that? 20 puppies or like 40 puppies if you do that. But yeah, you can do like $25 and they'll match 25. But yeah, so that's the link to get in there. I'm telling you, the puppy is only going to last for a little bit. It's $5 to enter. There's a ton of money in the prize. Let me see how many prizes there are. $1 million in prizes, $5 to enter. First place gets $200K, bro. That's insane. But yeah, like I said, these fill up extremely, extremely quick. There's only so much time you can get in to get as many entries in here as possible. If you're new to Underdog, the $5 entry point is really, really strong for beginners. So hop on the puppy, use my promo code. The link's in the live chat. I'll put the link down below in the comments. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.